Hey, this is Dylan with Live Life Creative. Thanks for joining me for this short video. I recently made some upgrades to my office, just some little tweaks that I really enjoyed doing. So I wanted to make a short little video on where I'm at currently with my office, my work setup. So then in the future, I'll make another video doing some more things that I want to make. This is just kind of an in-between progress video snapshot of where I'm at now. So let's get into it. So this is my particular little work corner, complete with cats. And I've got a light up top there, my computer screen, lamp, my super fancy desk chair. Then over on the side here, I've got my closet we'll go see in a second. Over on this side is a bunch of storage for my wife's bakery that we do out of our house. And so another cat down there, very important. And so that's what all these boxes are. And of course my Dr. Pepper for today. Okay, so let's go over here. Down here, I've got my shoulder bag, and I actually put this on the back side of my dual camera straps that I'll show you in a minute. I clip onto the back of those there, so then I can carry extra lenses and stuff with me. And that's a really handy way to carry things on a wedding day. This desk is just the tabletop of it is just IKEA. And then these legs are something my wife found on Amazon. And so they're just kind of like a modern style. And then these cabinets here, more IKEA stuff. Up here is a Neewer Light. Let's see if we can get the back of it here. And I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I could probably look that up and put it on the screen right now so I can show you what it is. And I put a piece of just like baking parchment paper up on top just to help diffuse the light, and we can turn that on. There you go, very bright, nice lighting, fairly nice. You might be familiar with some of my other videos where I just have a laptop, and that's actually what that is right down here. I decided I wanted to do a screen because I like more of a desktop setup for stuff. So just a laptop that I've been using since 2014, old laptop. Just a cheap wireless keyboard from Logitech there, nothing too fancy. This is actually a really decent mouse. This is the Logitech G305. It's a great little gaming mouse. It's nothing fancy, but it gets you going. Okay, now one of the most annoying things about this office setup is just how I have to turn the computer on. So what I gotta do, move this out of the way, and then I can't lift up the lid of the laptop enough to get at the power button, which is in the back right corner. So what I've got to do is pull the laptop out as much as I can, and they get stuck on a cord back here. I gotta lift up this and then push all of this back and then reach the button and keep lifting until I see the light come on. And I just have to wait for the screen to come on, hopefully, maybe, until, there we go. But there's nothing showing up. But usually that works, eventually. And it's certainly the hardest thing about this. And there we go, I finally managed to turn it on. And as you can see, this is not a Windows computer, it's not a Mac computer, this is a Linux computer because Windows 10 broke this laptop. And then I broke this laptop by trying to open it up, which is why I have a wireless keyboard and mouse, because the keyboard and touchpad on the laptop don't work anymore because I broke it. Then over here, just a cheap shotgun microphone that I picked up at a sidewalk sale. Oh yeah. Xbox 360 controller. So recently I hooked up my Xbox 360 to this monitor because I also got the monitor pretty recently. I realized I could do that. And the reason why I have an Xbox 360 is because I haven't played video games since college, and that's what I had at the time. So that was like 2010 to 2014. Got a cheap set of desktop speakers. You can see them behind the monitor here. So another Logitech product. I guess I didn't realize that I'm such a Logitech fanboy, but there you go. So then I've got that routed up through those cables, and then it goes right here. And I've just got it command strips. That's all I've got right there. So it's actually upside down, but it's actually on there pretty securely, so I feel pretty good about it. And it's something that's kind of new for me is actually cable management. Cable wraps here, the yellow ones, the red ones, there's black ones around here. I've never really been into cable management, but now I am succeeding somewhat because I don't like seeing cables if I can help it. Then something that I needed to do with my monitor, that's bright, is plug in both my computer and then also my Xbox into it. And And those are both doing HDMI. So what I got was this box. And so it takes up to 3 HDMI inputs on the left side and outputs 1 HDMI. So that's outputting to my screen monitor and inputting from my Xbox and my computer. And then it doesn't actually come with a power cable. That's what this cord with the blue tape on it is. So I had to scrounge up, it's just micro USB. I had to scrounge it up myself. Then my speakers also come out there. You can see that kind of green plug. That green plug is outputting sound to the speakers. And yeah, there's a button on the front to switch the sources. It also comes with this remote, switch the sources and things like that. So yeah, pretty handy. Oh yeah, then the other side, my little lovely setup here. Some camera lenses. These are mostly for decoration. This one here is a vintage lens, vintage camera, obviously. But this is actually my 85 that I do use for weddings. And this is an older 35mm lens, just a Yongnuo. I've got a video about it. And it's just a pretty cheap lens, so it's nothing too crazy there. This is one of my favorite photos I have taken, and I actually got it printed because I almost never get my stuff printed. This is a picture from Death Valley National Park from one of the peaks that you can drive up to. And this is just like taken basically from the parking lot, but it just turned out really cool and I really like it. Pretty simple little Acer laptop, nothing too crazy about it. SB292Q or something like that. I don't know, it's like a $90 laptop, so decent, nothing crazy. I want to put a shelf over here, maybe about the same height as where this monitor stand is. And so then I have a good place right there to put a monitor and put other few like knickknacks and stuff. I've got some like Star Wars posters. They're like vintage like comic book covers, but blown up to posters. And I want to put those up on this wall too. But just everything in good time. So this shelf is going to be a similar kind of shelf to this, you know, nice wood, kind of this like black iron type pipes, basically. I mean, they're actual plumbing pipes that we cleaned up. And I'll just do the same thing there. Just right this height here. So then the shelf will become my monitor stand. I also want to get like some kind of soundproofing stuff for the ceiling too, to make it less echoey in here. I'll have to talk my wife into that. And then some kind of rug or covering for the floor, just to make it less echoey and stuff in here too. So everything takes time, everything takes money, and with a baby, you don't have a whole lot of either of those things so much. So we'll see how it goes. So now going over to the photo closet here, got all kinds of stuff. So we'll start at the top down. So up here, I've got some different backdrops, different colored backdrops. This is a backdrop that I use for my wife's bakery. So we always use the same backdrop for consistency. This is a backdrop, this blue one, it's just a sheet, honestly. Here, a white one here for like product photography. And this is just another kind of beigey color. These are moving blankets. So for this, I clip them up on the shelves here. And then that helps control the sound, because right now you can probably tell it's pretty echoey in here. So those help control the sound. This blanket is I put on the floor to help control the sound as well. Just some extra clips here, extra battery supplies, and this thing's not open, but just like phone charger type things. Lens cleaning kit, just a cheap one. And this is my AD200. So I'm a pretty big fan of like Godox products because it's pretty affordable and pretty good. It's really hard to do things one-handed while you're holding a camera. So it's like a studio type strobe. It's not something you put on your camera, it's something you use with your camera, but it works really good, nice and powerful. Not quite powerful enough to really overwhelm the sun on a bright day, but you do what you can. If you want to do that, you need something like the AD600 or something like that. Some more lenses. I need to do a video about this lens in the back here because I actually cracked it in half. I can show you. Woo! That was not a good day. What is this one? Oh yeah, this is my 50mm. This should actually go in here. So here is my camera bag for like doing weddings. So my extra camera there, 2 on-camera flashes, 70 to 200, 50mm lens I just popped in there, This is a 35mm lens on this Nikon D750. Extra batteries, straps, 2 straps back here. Lens hood for the lens that's on the camera that we're recording on right now. And here, this is my camera backpack that I use for video stuff. So I've already got it preloaded with audio equipment here. I've got my handheld tripod, my switch pod on the camera I'm recording on currently, but that would normally go in this pocket as well. And so the idea with this is that I can just toss in a camera and then all my other video stuff's already ready to go. This is my dual camera strap. Coro is the name of it. Sun's coming back out. So you got 2 straps here and you put a camera at the bottom of each of them, and it's real nice, pretty thick leather, feels good, looks good. Back here is another camera bag that I've got a video about DIY camera bags, and this is one of them. It's an Adidas bag, and I just put like a shoulder camera bag inside of it. And then that's good for like, if I'm just going around a city on vacation or something, just one camera, an extra lens, a pretty easy thing to carry around. This is a softbox, just a foldable 2-foot, 2x2 softbox. Extra clips for clipping things. I use them with the sound blanket, attachment type things. So mic stand. This is actually like backdrop stand. I just already had them, so I'm not gonna buy something that I don't need, so I just use those for backdrops and stuff. This piece of trim, this is what I actually hang backdrops off of when I use the mic stands, because it's just longer and I just already had it, so, you know, DIY. Back here, this is like a weight, another piece of trim that I use as a weight for backdrops. For headshots, I'll use this thing right here, and it pops open, and it's white on one side, black on the other side. And so that's a good backdrop for mobile headshot studio. On the other side of this shelf, umbrellas, for lights, another microphone stand here, tripod stand here. You can't really see it, but there's a baseball bat bag back here, like an equipment bag. And this is actually what I use for my lighting kit when I go places. And it's nice because you can carry it like a backpack, but you can also roll it. It's got wheels on the bottom. And way back here, there is an actual light stand. I do have some light stands. This is a really nice airport bag. It's just a rolling bag, but it's got lots of space in it for tons of stuff. So if I'm going on like a bigger trip, I'll use that. My cat's got to be a part of the video, getting in there. This is a bigger light stand here. So it's actually got a boom arm on it. So if I wanted to like boom a light over somebody. This is a lacrosse stick bag, but it's also nice for a smaller lighting kit. So I can put one light stand with a Bones mount S-bracket adapter thing on there for speed light. Another umbrella in there. Odds and ends, some extra power extension. This is my monitor calibrator. It's super old. Spider 3 Express, that's like probably 10 years old. Spare video light. I actually broke one of these and had to do some new stuff. That's actually why I got the Neewer Light. It's because I broke the other bulb of this one. And that's just a spare now. And then weights, sorry. Sandbags back here, another like strappy type thing. That's what that lighter green, boulder green thing is. This is just filled with rocks. Those green ones are filled with sand. It's good to put at the bottom of this shelving unit because it's not really the most stable. So yeah, that's my little workspace here, and everything that I do is pretty much like DIY or super on the cheap. That's kind of the theme of my life, and you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was maybe a little bit entertaining, give you some ideas. Click like and subscribe if you liked it, and if you want to see more like kind of photography type stuff. I've mostly been doing photo editing tutorials using free software called Darktable, which is pretty awesome software. So you have probably more of that stuff to look forward to. Nothing specifically planned right now, but always got ideas for stuff to do.